Yo, fellow managers, welcome to game week 7. Finally, game 6 is over. In a week that saw the likes of Aguero, Sterling, KDB, Fernandes, Rashford, Werner, Salah, Pulisic, Auba, all blank. We must say that was one hell of a week. So, this game week, I have decided to look at the top pointers since game week 1. So, we're gonna go from game week 1 to game week 6, the players who scored the most points in that single game week. So, we start with game week 1, where we saw Mohamed Salah getting 20 points after scoring a hat-trick against Leeds United in that entertaining match that ended in a 4-3 Liverpool win. So Salah scored 3 goals. He got his 20 points and he awarded his managers with wonderful points. And then we look at game week 2, where we had Son. Son scored 24 points. Remember, he scored 4 goals, all of them assisted by Harry Kane. Son was the player who scored most points that game week, and it was against Southampton. Then we look at game week 3, where we saw Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy scored 3 goals against Man City that week, which made him to be the week's top scoring player. Then we look at game week 4, where we have Grealish. Grealish scored 24 points in that 7-2 win against Liverpool, which was really shocking. And he scored 2 goals and gave 3 assists. That's Grealish in game week 4. And then we look at game week 5, where we have Timo Werner. Timo Werner opened his account against Southampton. The same day, he scored 2 goals and gave 1 assist. Timo Werner scored 16 points in total in game week 5 to make him the most scoring player that week. And then we look at game week 6. That was last game week, which was very challenging and awful to many of us, where we saw Bamford bagging in his first hat-trick against Aston Villa in that match at the Villa Park. He scored 3 goals and he got a total of 17 points. So that's Bamford for you. The 6 players had a total of 118 points. At least, if you had all the 6 players in your team since game week 1, yeah, at least one player in your team will be scoring 16 points minimum per game week in your team, and at most 24 points if you had all the 6 players that I mentioned. So the 6 players include 3 midfielders, that is Salah at 12.0, Son at 9.0, and Grealish at 7.0. They started at that value. And then we have 3 forwards, Jamie Vardy, who started at 10.0 M, and then we have Timo Werner, who started at 9.0, and then we have Bamford, who started at 5.5 M. So when you add up the total, if you spend on those 6 players, the total you would have spent would have been 52.5 M in game week 1. So that means you would have been left with a balance of 47.5 M to sign 9 more players. So this means you could have signed players of not more than 5.2 M, 9 players of not more than 5.2 M. Your striking department consists of 3 players in the Fantasy Premier League, and you already have 3 forwards in the name of Vardy, Werner, and Bamford, so you don't need to sign a striker. Then you have 3 midfielders, and in the fantasy football, you're supposed to have 5 midfielders. So you're remaining with 2 midfielders, whom you would have selected of not more than 5.2 M. Those who are looking to use their wildcards can use this. So 5.2 M to sign two midfielders. You will have gone for the likes of Jorginho, who has been performing and taking penalties. And then we have the likes of Hendrik, Saint Maxim, uh, the low prices that could have covered the 5.2M. And then you also need to sign 5 defenders. You will have signed 5 defenders of not more than 5.2M in your fantasy football team. Defenders like Aling, Dallas, Michel, all below 5.0M. See, you save around 2M, which would have boosted your midfield. And then you needed to sign 2 goalkeepers of not more than 5.2M. We have Ryan at 4.5. We have Martinez from Aston Villa at 4.5. We have McCarthy at 4.5 in Southampton. We have Guaita at 5.0M. So that's how your team would have been like. And if you're looking to use your wildcard, how about use this analysis to use your wildcard? So see you in game week 7. We hope for a better game week. And I fancy Mohamed Salah being the most scoring player in game week 7. They are facing West Ham at home. Remember, Salah didn't play the whole 90 during the UEFA Champions League match. So he's looking forward to this one. So I will advise on captaining Mohamed Salah. And then how about Raheem Sterling for vice captain? With Kevin De Bruyne returning, this means Sterling will see more of the ball. So Mohamed Salah for captain and Sterling for vice captain. I wish you all the best, managers. See you next week when we analyze game week 8. And all the best. Hakuna Matata.